What is going on? Welcome to No Chill Promos. How y'all doing? Hope you have a blessed Sunday for watching this. And before I get started with this TNA Unbreakable review, but like I always do, gotta do a shout out to all subscribers to the channel and to the followers of Rumble. I'm at 409 now, apparently. So, and I keep saying this, I haven't said it recently, but if you sub recently, let me know, right? And I'll shout you out. It doesn't tell me pretty much 95% of the time who subs, all right? It doesn't. So, if you recently subbed, let me know. Got 113 on Rumble, so thank you guys, right? I really mean it, and I'll keep on saying that. But without further ado, let's get into it. So we start off with the first match of the night. He was like, hey, listen, Santino, you gotta help me out, man. Right? May 1st is coming up. My contract's up in the air. I don't know if I'm getting re-signed. Like, I'm a jobber. I know this, but I got kids to feed, man. I got 4 kids. Heath Slater style. Help a brother out. Santino Marella, he's like, I know, listen, I got kids too. I understand. But facts are facts. You haven't won a match in God knows how long. Over a year, has it? So I'll tell you what, tonight you're going to have a match. If you win, then we can discuss getting you re-signed here to TNA. Okay? And Cody was like, yes. All right, cool. I can do this. I got the power of the people behind me. Santino was like, yes, you got the people. People here, St. Joseph, are behind you. You get all the people you need. All you need to do is win this match. Okay? And I'm still waiting, and I hope you do this because it will be a missed opportunity just for someone to show up and be like, I don't give a shit about your kids. And just stare at them. It's like Brock Lesnar did fucking Heath Slater, man.
I don't give a shit about your kids.
It's make his ass feel uncomfortable because it's like, Heath wanted to fuck him up, but he already knew like 15 times out of 10 he'll get shit pushed in. So he just had to stand there and try to not be a punk bitch about it. So that'll be hilarious. But we get the next match. We have Xia Brookside and Rosemary. So it's Rosemary turning face, or is Xia Brookside turning heel? We shall see. Alright. We'll fast forward to the next match. What I tell her ain't gonna win over me. You're a born a loser, you're gonna stay a loser. Now and forever, because I'm first class and your ass is last. Alright? And then we see some video footage from Explosion. Savannah Evans was going up against Maggie Lee. We see the personal concierge, where it causing distraction. He's like, look at these loafers. Alright, you need a pair, because you got some bum ass shoes going on there, bruh. Savannah gets pissed, but Maggie Lee takes advantage. It's a flatliner into the moonsault. 1, 2, 3. Maggie Lee goes over. Right, and afterwards she cuts a promo, and I'll let you hear from her.
TNA Wrestling, you just witnessed what Maggie Lee is all about. And being a part of the Knockouts division is everything I could have ever dreamed of and more. But I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little overwhelming. And honestly, it seems like all eyes are on me. Even some elegant ones. But here's the thing. I don't plan on changing for anyone or anything. And I have the opportunity right now to show why Maggie Lee in TNA Wrestling will be
freaking out. She's like, oh shit, fucking Ash is gonna kill me. And then the concierge was like, no, calm down. We just gotta make sure she never ever finds out. And Heather was like, what are you talking about? It was on TV. And then the concierge was like, ah, shit. It's like, yeah, we're done. We're cooked. All right, then we see the sexy Legend of Lash. And I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh, I am for real. Miss Jackson, about that action. Jakara, they're coming through. They said what y'all need to do is put those titles on the line. And then we see the sexy Spitfire coming through. Right, they're like, whoa. Just because we lost our match last week, don't count us out. We ain't done yet. And then we see the sexy Chemical X coming through. Or they're like, whoa, 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 whoa. We just whooped their asses. If anybody's getting a shot for those titles, it's going to be us. All right, and Heather was like, she's like, stop it. like an Ash by Elegance does. She's like, all right, okay, listen, you all want a shot? Fuck it. Fit a 4-way. And they're like, okay, all right, well, I'll take that. Sure. And then the concierge was like, what are you doing, you idiot? It's like, Ash is going to kill us. So let's get out of here. All right. We didn't get a promo package from AJ Not Styles. He's out there on Francis Street. He says, you're looking at AJ Francis, the CEO of First Class. I'm out here buying properties, big boss shit. Now, moving in ways people who are watching this at home can only imagine. And it doesn't matter who I'm going up against in the finals. I already got my spot. That's all I need. Because I'm AJ Francis and I will be the first inaugural international champion here in TNA. We didn't get a promo from the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA World Heavyweight Champion and TNA Knockouts World Champion. You got I Believe in Joe Hendry, and Mother Russia Slamovic. And I'll summarize this promo for you guys, right? Because I know a lot of the fans been talking shit about Joe Hendry's and Monster's reign as champion. It's been mundane, it's been lackluster, they haven't been doing shit. And it's true. I can't defend them. It's true. They're not doing shit with Joe Hendry, they're doing the slow burn with him and Elijah. Well, you need to crank up the heat a notch, or 2, or 3. Right, and Masha, we already know what time it is. She's dropping that belt to the chin. The chin says, know your damn role. Know your role. Tessa Blanchard. But this says at Unbreakable, we're going up against Frankie Kazarian and Tessa Blanchard. But we will not drop our belts to the likes of you. Not now, not next week, not next year. It ain't gonna happen. We then move on to the next match. We see Gia, she was doing her thing. I'm like, okay. She got a voice on her. I'm like, I like that. I like that. Let you guys hear the concept for yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the open roads to the bright lights, he's the man with the song in his soul and the fire in his veins. The king of the 6-string. Give it up for the one and only Elijah.
Hello, I am Elijah. Thank you for that beautiful introduction. I'd like to play a little something. And I have one question for everybody here tonight. Who wants to walk with Elijah? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see it, I hear it all. I see the signs up there. They say walk this way. I love it because everybody knows in TNA we walk this way. I said in TNA we walk this way. Wow! You caught on quick. You got on quick, so I tell you what, I'm going to put you to the test. In TNA, we walk this way. Let's see if everybody can keep up. Frankie Kazarian's got no shame. Lying and stealing, he's playing the game. Cheating to win's his only way. But in TNA, we walk this way. Woo, yeah! St. Joe's got my back every day. Don't mess with my friends don't play. We'll get some barbecue and beers after the show. We'll do things the St. Joe way, but in TNA we walk this way. Me and Joe Hendry, we're gonna slay. When we stomp Frankie Kaz and Ethan Page, they'll beg for mercy, they might even pray. But in TNA we walk this way. Oh, St. Joe, thank you, thank you. You got me so excited. Knowing that in TNA we walk this way, I've got to make an announcement right here, right now. That in Los Angeles, April 27th, Rebellion, for the first time ever, anybody from any company from all around the world, no matter who you are, whether you're a legend or a new one wanting to make their name on the big stage with the whole world watching, for the first time ever, we are going to have the Who Wants to Walk with Elijah Open Challenge. And St. Joe, as far as tonight, thank you and good night.
We didn't get a promo from Mr. It's not confidence, it's all ego. Or ego. I'm not gonna lie, I'm starting to like that theme song. It's so corny and cheap, but I like it. You know, he cuts a promo, Ethan Page. He says, like, listen, Joe, in 10 days, just 10 days away, I will become the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, just like that. So I'll repeat your ass before at 100%, and you're going in there with a bum ass shoulder. So it's too easy for me, and I'm not worried about Frankie Kazarian. Hell, he could do most of my light work in the match for me. I'll take his ass out, I'll clean up the mess, and become the new TNA World Champion, and take TNA to greater heights they have never, ever seen before. Because I'm one of the greatest wrestlers to ever lace up a pair of boots. And Joe Hendry at Rebellion, you're gonna find out why that is. Then we move on to the last match before the pay-per-view. We have Brian Myers coming out from Trust the System. He's going up against my nigga, the YIC, youngest in charge, Leon Slater. Now, I forgot to mention this earlier. He cut a promo. He was talking about, yeah, Gia, tonight I'm going to work Brian Myers Ross, and I'm going to go to Rebellion and become the youngest X Division champion in TNA's history. Ya get me. That's what he said earlier. Alright, he comes out, we get the match. Now, like I said earlier, all these matches here were good to decent. Fast forward to the finish. See, Brian Myers hits the low blow, then hits the Rasta cut. 1, 2, 3, Brian Myers goes over. And that is it for the show. Now we move on to the pay-per-view. So I hope you're nice and comfy, you're locked in, because we still got a whole ass fucking pay-per-view to cover. Right? And I will do my best to make this as painless as possible for you guys. We start off here with the first match at Unbreakable. This is to determine who's going to enter the finals for the International Championship. We have Eric Young, the leader of the Northern Armory. And you'll notice throughout this show, we got several wrestlers rocking the Chris Bay shirt throughout the night. There's good reason for why that is, right? Next we see,
man, do I hate pro wrestling.
Dirty Dango JDC from Trust the System. He's going up against Zachary Wentz from the Rascals. We fast forward to the finish. Eric Young powerbombs Zachary into JDC. He then hits that pile driver to Zachary. 1, 2, 3. Eric Young goes over. So he moves on to the finals. we move on to the next match. We have Ace Austin from ABC. Who the best? ABC. I still hate that song. I'm sorry, Chris Bay. I do. I can't stand it. Right? He's going up against Eddie Edwards, who was my pick to win this fucking international belt. And he's going up against Steve Macklin. Right? Fast forward to the finish. Alicia Edwards accidentally slaps the shit out of her husband. Macklin takes advantage, hits the KIA to Eddie Edwards. 1, 2, 3. Steve Macklin goes over. And I'm like, damn. Oh, there goes my pick. I'm like, he's the one that took the L too. Hot damn. Oh well. We then move on. We get a promo from the King here in TNA. King Cass, Killer Cass, aka Frankie Kazarian. And the chin says, know your damn role. Know your role. Tessa Blanchard. King Cass says, well, you know, Gia, it's just like you tax me the dumbass questions you always do. How do I approach this match? The same way I always do, like the conquering king that King Cass is. You got Joe Hendry. He's like a wounded animal. Got that rotator cuff, huh? A little more banged up and he leads on. Right? And what does he like to say? He's a fighting champion? Well, his bravery I call stupidity, as I will beat his ass and become the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion at Rebellion. As the king of TNA finally gets to sit on top of his throne. Tessa then says, you can stop right there, Gia, because whatever you're going to ask me is going to be just as retarded. Alright? I'm Tessa Blanchard. Alright, and I said this before, I'll say it again. Masha Slamovic is overrated. I already beat her ass twice. Masha survives off of hype. I survive off of results. And tonight, I will break Masha Slamovic. And she makes poor Gia flinch, and like, fucking King Cass was laughing at her. He's like, ha! He like, he actually thought she was gonna hit you? What an idiot, you Mark J. Brown. What an asshole. But moving on, we see the UNNV Rebels. They're national champions. Big up to them. We see the system. They came out to talk shit because fuck them. Who cares? Right? We then see Sean Merriman. He's on commentary hyping up some fight night or some bullshit that I'm not going to watch. But check it out if you want to. We then see the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA X Division champion, the face of the franchise, Moose. He comes off for his open challenge. Who accepts that challenge is my nigga Reginald, aka Sidney Akeem. Fast forward to the finish, where Moose hits a low blow, spears him, 1, 2, 3, Moose goes over. And one thing I don't like about Moose's matches is they make him look too weak. Alright, like, as much as I like Reginald, he should have got his ass whooped like the world's tallest man, Andrew Everett, did. I'm just saying. I mean, you look at Moose, you look at Sidney Akeem, I'm just saying. We then go backstage with Steve Macklin, Eric Young. Steve was like, listen, Eric, you know, I got nothing but respect for you. I don't give a shit about your little Northern Armory, but I respect you. And tonight, you know, that international championship's on the line. So I expect the best from you, and you get the best from me. May the best man win. Eric Young says, fair enough. Moving on to the next match, we have the greatest president of all time, the politician we all need, and Ali we trust. Mustafa Ali comes out. We then see the Nemeth brothers, they coming out. We then see my nigga Mike Santana coming through the crowd. We see the Hardy Boys. We get the 6-man tag. Fast forward to the finish. At some point, Mustafa Ali, he had a press conference he had to attend to. That's why he dipped out. Not the fact that he's afraid of Mike Santana. Please. He already beat his ass once. He had more pressing matters to attend to, like helping Trumpito with this whole tariff situation. So that's where he went off to. So we see Mike Santana, he spins a block on Nick Nemeth, almost took his damn head off. Fast forward, we see Matt Hardy hits the twist of fate on Nick Nemeth's brother. Jeff Hardy hits a Swanton Bomb. 1, 2, 3. The Hardys, Mike Santana, go over. We then go backstage. We see the System. They're whooping Zachary Wentz's ass. Question is, where the fuck's Trey Miguel? Who knows? I don't know. He wasn't there. That's for damn sure. Right? Then we see some celebrities in the audience. We see Alicia Fox, but they don't acknowledge her as Alicia Fox, but that is indeed, former women's world champion Alicia Fox. We see Debbie Wilson in the building. She's looking good for her age. 54, looking like a good 35 years old, if you ask me. We then see some schmuck called Tim Malcolm from 90 Day Fiancé. Does it look like I watched 90 Day Fiancé? Why the fuck? Why do I care? Who is this? Like, come on. You go from a wrestler, a singer, to this dude? Oh, yeah, a reality TV star. Okay, I got you. Sure. Moving on to the next match, right? We have the King of TNA coming out, King Cass, Killer Cass, a.k.a. Frankie Kazarian. He's teaming up with Tessa Blanchard. And I must say, because normally, I roast her like I do, like majority of wrestlers. This was her best attire I've ever seen. This is the shit she needs to be wearing. Not that bullshit when she was looking like a green guy off of Blood In, Blood Out, Simone. No, this is it. Right? This is like, she looks great out here. I call a spade a spade. I know motherfuckers hate her. She looked good. But they're going up against the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA Knockouts World Champion, Mother Russia, Marshall Slimovic, and the reigning, defending, undisputed TNA World Heavyweight Champion, I believe in Joe Hendry. Fast forward to the finish. King Cass accidentally clotheslines the shit out of Tessa Blanchard. He says like, oh fuck. Alright, Masha hits a spin kick, and then we see Joe Hendry hits the standing ovation to finish him off. 1, 2, 3. Joe and Masha go over. We then go backstage. We see my nigga Mike Santana. He's talking to Santino Morella. He says, yo, Santino, I got nothing but respect for you, but listen, man, I'm tired of this bitch ass nigga Mustafa Ali ducking me. He's stuck in the fade. You understand? Like, he keeps rattling the cage. When a dog finally gets loose, he runs like the bitch that he is. I'm tired of it. It ends at Las Vegas. You hear me? I want him a Falls Count Anywhere match. Santino says, I hear you. I hear you, Mike. And you know what? You make a good point. I see what's been happening. I saw what happened here tonight. You got it. At Rebellion, it will be Mike Santana versus Ali Mustafa in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Moving on, we see some more celebrities in the audience. We got Marlon Greenwood. He used to play on the Dolphins. Big ups to him. And then this was hilarious. They're trying to move over to this dude with the glasses, Andreas Hall, but they're pointing back to the kid next to him. And they're like, move the fucking camera, you idiot. And they go back to the right black guy, but then they call him Marlon Greenwood, and then they finally fix it and they call him his actual name, which is Andreas Hall from ESPN. Just all happened in real time. Hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Alright, well then we see my boy out here repping Griselda West Side Gun. And I gotta admit, best member when it comes to Griselda is Bodie James. That motherfucker had like 10 albums so far this year. I said, damn, this nigga's everywhere, bro. But I like West Side Gun as well. It always be him and that dude that wears the red hat and he has his signs. They always be at these wrestling shows. Every time, I shit you not. We then see Ace Austin coming out and he has a heartfelt message as he welcomes back a wrestler that has been away. He was injured last year. He's been out for several months and he's finally back on his feet. God bless him. And that is the ultimate finesser, Chris Bay. Right? And I'm gonna let you guys hear for yourselves to see how much love TNA out there in Las Vegas they were showing your boy.
Tonight is a very special night for a lot of reasons, but for one reason in particular. There's somebody standing behind that curtain right now that has been through hell and back just to see every single one of you here tonight. It is my honor, it is my pleasure to introduce you to a man that is truly unbreakable. My tag team partner, my brother, my best friend, Las Vegas' own, the ultimate finesser, Chris Bay.
Hello, world. I am the ultimate finesser, your girl's favorite wrestler, Chris Bay. And it feels so good to be back in TNA! Listen, 172 days ago, I had an accident in the ring that changed the course of my entire life forever. Because right in the middle of that ring, I broke my neck and I paralyzed myself. And the truth be told, easily the most scary and embarrassing moment in my life. And I was embarrassed because I wanted to be able to finish the match and perform for all of you because I love this so much. But thankfully, the quick response of TNA and the incredible staff in Detroit, the doctors, the medical staff, I was able to have a successful surgery, but my future was still very unknown, as the doctors would tell me that I have a very low percentage chance of walking again. And I worked tirelessly in that medical facility, RIM, shout out RIM. I did PT and OT every single day of the week. Shout out to Maddie and Jackie. I know you guys had your work cut out with me. I wasn't easy, but thank you for your patience. And this man right here, this man right here, never left my side. He never stopped believing and supporting in me. He did things that, when you're going through what I'm going through, you need a real brother to do these things. This guy right here was there for me. So God, I love this guy. is. Honestly, first day, day one, outside of saying it's day one, outside of saying this will be the greatest story ever told, in my heart and in my mind, I thought I was never going to walk again. I thought I was never going to stand here again. I thought that at first, and then I had to remind myself who I was. I had to listen and feel the energy of all of you. And because of the people behind the camera, the people who sit inside the guardrail, I beat the odds. Because of every single person in the TNA locker room back there, my entire family that's back there, because we are a family in wrestling, because of all of them, I beat the odds. And because of each and every one of you, and everyone watching at home, I beat the odds. I'm standing right here. Look at me now. And I did it. I did it because... Okay. Okay. We were able to do it because, and I have to borrow a line from our world champion, we were able to do it because we believe. Joe, I owe you $20 now. So, there it is. We believe. I'm going to put it on a shirt. I ain't hear that. I'm sorry. Ultimate finesser. I ain't hear that. You can't get that. Listen to me. You almost had me. You almost broke my spirit and my hopes and my dreams. You definitely broke my neck. But I looked in the mirror and I had to remind myself that I, Chris Bay, am unbreakable. That we, look, turn it. We are unbreakable. And that TNA is unbreakable. All of this is the greatest story ever told. Thank you.
All right. And you know what's fucked up? I was watching these two, and I was waiting for a heel turn. Like, is it fucked up to think like that? I don't mean like I was expecting Ace Austin to hit this nigga with like a brain buster or some shit, or throw him off the fucking ramp, but it didn't happen. So this was a wholesome moment, and it's great to see Chris Bay back on his feet, and hopefully we back in the ring, sooner than later. It is incredible. This man was paralyzed at one point, and now he's walking. So once again, big ups to Chris Bay. But we got to move on to the next match, and this is the only match I'm going to break down off this pay-per-view, and you'll see why. All right, we got Mance Warner coming out with Seth the Lander. He's going to be against Sami Callihan or Sammy Foley. And I've seen people they're talking about, well, when is Sami Callihan join Right to Censor? Like, no. He's paying homage to Mick Foley. That's why he's giving out shout-outs to Mick Foley, Sabu, Terry Funk, and we see why. We are going to find out real quick why that is. So we get the match, barbed wire match, right? And immediately we see Sami Callihan hit the Death Valley Driver on Mance Warner through a table, a barbed wire table that is. Fast forward, Sammy busts out Lucille, who's fooling Thor with a steel chair, smashing that fucking barbed wire into Sami Callihan even more. Fast forward, we see Sammy. He uses his big ass ball of barbed wire that you can use to go bowling. Goes right upside fucking Manswarner's head again. Sammy then hits a snap suplex on Manswarner on top of the big ass ball of barbed wire. And at this point, both these men, they're all bloodied up. Alright, this is the type of match Jon Moxley wishes he could have. The crowd was completely into it. You know, like these guys had them at the palm of their hands. They're like, this is violence, we want more. This is violence, we want more. That's a chance I want to hear. Not, this is awesome. This is awesome. We didn't get none of that shit. I fucking hate that fucking chant. I detest it so much. But big ups to TNA for being original. Alright? Fast forward, we see Mance hits a chokeslam on Sammy through a barbed wire door. He then gets patched up because his arm was bleeding like crazy. Sammy then hits an RKO on Mance on top of a barbed wire door, and I don't know who got the worst of it. You tell me. But then we see Sammy, he brings out a lemon. And you think, maybe he wants to have a little snack mid-match. Maybe get some hydration going on due to the loss of blood. But no. He takes a bite out of it. He then uses the acidic juices within the lemon and pours it all over Manswarner's arm that just got patched up. He's like, the crowd's like, you sick fuck, you sick fuck, you sick fuck. And Sammy was loving every minute of it, right? He says, shh, who wants some salt? Brings out a bag full of salt, and the crowd chanting like, rub his wound, rub his wound, rub his wound. You know, the whole saying, rubbing salt in his wound. They wanted to see it. So I don't know who's worse, Sami Callihan or the crowd. I love the facial expressions from Steph the Lander because she was looking like, oh my god. He's like, yeah, he ain't looking too good for Mance right now. Like, I gotta be honest. But wait, there's more. Because Sami Callihan brings out a staple gun, yanks out Mance's tongue, and staples that bitch on the door. And the crowd went apeshit. That's an example of the crowd going apeshit. They're like, oh, you're like, yo. It reminded me, you ever seen A Christmas Story where the dumbass kid sticks his tongue out on the pole and his tongue gets stuck? And it's hilarious because he's crying like a dumbass. It's like, you idiot. Like, yeah, I know you got double dog there to do it, but don't do it. But that shit here reminded me of, right? So that he tries to get up, and then we see Sami Callihan uses a chair and just smashes the fucking door. It obliterates, and then you just see like it yanks the fucking staple out of fucking Manswarner's tongue, and we can tell he's in complete agony, right? I can only imagine how painful that is. Kayfabe wise, like I really hope he didn't get his fucking tongue stapled, because that motherfucker is insane. Like something's wrong with you. He's got to be a few steps short from reaching the attic to agree to that. That's fucking nuts. But we fast forward, Manswarner hits a low blow to Sami Callihan. He then takes a bag full of salt, pours that shit all over Sami Callihan. Fast forward, they had a face off. They're trying to take each other's eyes out. One had a fucking screwdriver, the other one had looked like a nail or some shit. Alright, fast forward, you see Sammy Foley, he busts out Mr. Sacco with barbed wire, goes to work onto Mance, then hits that dumps up, dumps down, pile driver. 1, 2, 3, Sami Callihan goes over. That was one of the craziest matches I've ever seen. Right, and big ups to both those men for going out there and doing what they do best. Entertain. Because that whole crowd was going fucking crazy for that match. Then see another celebrity appearance in the audience. We got Chris Angel in the building. If you remember Chris Angel, David Blaine, when they had their 15 minutes of fame, if you know, you know. He's out there with his beautiful family. We then see Gia. She introduces Elijah one more time. We walk with him again. Earlier it was Burning Man. Now it's Coachella. Alright, he does his thing. I'll let you guys hear it.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the open roads to the bright lights, he's the man with with the song in his soul and the fire in his veins, the king of the sixth string. Give it up for the one and only Elijah.
Elijah. And thank you for that beautiful introduction. Thank you, and I have one question for everybody here tonight. Who wants to walk with Elijah? Yeah. That's right. And 1 week from Sunday, we will be doing the first ever Who Wants to Walk with Elijah Open Challenge. Anybody for company, hey, don't cut my mic, not now. Whoever wants to step up, hey, I'll smash this guitar over your head. All right, we're good. Yeah, whoever wants to step up is gonna come on out. It doesn't matter who it is from any company, anytime, and they are gonna find out what everyone here already knows, that in TNA, we walk this way. I said in TNA, we walk this way. Oh, okay, you picked up on that real quick. Now listen, after what we just saw, Vegas, I'm gonna put you to the test and see if you can keep up with me here. In TNA, we walk this way. Vegas runs hot, that ring runs cold. Barbed wire dripping blood, that story's been told. Sammy swinging death like it's a high-stakes play, but in TNA we walk this way. Okay, yeah. Back in the day, they bet it all on 3. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Chris Daniels made history. That unbreakable spirit we see in Chris Bay to this day, because in TNA we walk this way. Oh yeah. Triple threat match coming up, everybody raise the stakes. Macklin, Young, and Francis, no room for fakes. One cashes in and becomes a brand new champ, while the other 2 pay, because in TNA we walk this way. One more. The lights go dim, you see his name in flames. Elijah comes out and everybody screams his name. No cards, no dice, this is just destiny's way, because everybody knows that in TNA we walk this way. Thank you, Vegas, and enjoy the main event.
And now we move on to the main event.
Well, it looks like the fight's already started. It's time for the main event.
All right, we have AJ, not Styles. AJ Francis coming out. He had a Chris Bay shirt. He spits on that, stomps on that, kicks it, and it was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, what a piece of shit. You know, he comes out first. Next is Steve Macklin. You know, he's rocking the Chris Bay shirt. And then we see Eric Young, right? This is the finals. One of these men is going to win the international championship, be the inaugural champion. Fast forward to the finish. Eric Young, he's on the outside. AJ tries to go for the down payment chokeslam, but Macklin counters it with the DDT. He then hits the KIA, which is that double arm DDT. 1, 2, 3. Steve Macklin is the new TNA International Champion, Steve Macklin. And real quick, they're doing shout outs to all celebrities that were there in attendance. Bro, you had Big Papa Pump right there. Freakzilla, the big bad booty daddy. I'm like, bro, he's right there. I mean, there's no mention. what a fail. I'm joking. But big ups to Steve Macklin. I'm not sure if I like the design for the international belt. I don't know if I like the blue leather. I prefer black. Just keep it simple. Maybe white. If it's for the women, that's fine, but I prefer black. But big ups to Steve Macklin. But I had Eddie Edwards going into it winning because, he was bitching about the system being jobber. So I'm like, maybe they'll give him this belt. No, he loses. All right, then he mentioned whoever wins, or whoever doesn't get pinned in the finals gets a title shot at Rebellion. So I'm like, all right, so it's either Eric Young or Steve Macklin that's going to win, right? And I thought they were going to give it to EY. No, he's a TNA OG. He has the credibility to be a first champion. But no, they go Steve Macklin. So they went with the person I did not expect to win. So I was generally surprised. So yeah, I enjoyed this pay-per-view. That was good from top to bottom. It was a long-ass show. And I did this show was the pay-per-view was like fucking 2.5 hours. The main show was like an hour and a half. So you do the math, Scott Steiner style, and I broke it down for you in less than 40 minutes. You're welcome. But I want to hear from you guys. Your guys' thoughts on TNA Unbreakable, your favorite match, favorite moment, all that good shit. Right? But like if you like, hate if you hate, it's all the same to me. I just want to see the engagement and the feedback from you guys. So for the next video, we'll be doing the NXT Stand Deliver review for you guys next. I'll try to get that up as soon as I can. Alright? But that said, we're wasting enough of your guys' time, so be safe, be blessed, take care of yourself, protect you and yours, your loved ones, stay warm, stay dry, stay frosty, but most importantly, trust in God. God be with you. I'm out of here. Till next time, adios.